Zoe, tell me about the news.
So this year I'm going to be going and representing Canada and Denmark at Marathon Worlds for sprint canoe in the U23 age group for the long course, which is 12 kilometers, and then also the senior women's short course, which is 3.5 kilometers.
Wow, when's that?
The end of August.
Tell me about how you got to that point.
So I've been canoeing since 2013, but I've always did sprint. And last year when I was in Florida, one of the coaches that was there, Chris Hellier, who's actually the president of Canoe Kayak Canada, told me that he thought I'd be really good at marathon, but I was like, absolutely not. That sounds way too long and not fun at all. And then this year when I went to Florida, he brought it up to me again, and I was kind of like, maybe I'll try it out this year, because I did some testing that backed up his theory of me being good at long distance. So then I went to a qualifying race in May that ended up being 21 kilometers, and then they put my times against other girls from Canada who also wanted to go to Marathon Worlds this year, and I ended up being one of the faster ones, so I got the offer to go.
So what's that like? And describe your canoe, because it's not, when you say that's a canoe, I say that's a straw.
It's like about that thick. It's just thick enough that my hips like fit kind of out of it. I'm on one knee in like the kneeling position, and I have a one-ended paddle, so I have one arm up, one arm down, and I'm paddling along.
And you have to go how far?
The longest I've done is 21, but between each practice is usually between 10 and 15 kilometers twice a day.
How long does that take you, just on average? Like, I wouldn't have a clue.
Probably between like an hour and 30 minutes.
Wow. And how did you get into this sport?
When I was in grade 4, the Coburg Dragon Boat and Canoe Club came to our school and did a presentation, and so I thought it looked really cool, so I came up and did their afternoon program, and then I really liked it and started doing their racing program. And then after a few years I transitioned to a bigger club in Mississauga where there's more canoers and more people, and I could get training from international coaches and national team coaches, and so I've been there since 2020.
And that's obviously benefited you.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, but you can say you got your start in Coburg. What's that feel like to you? Obviously you're representing the country, but
it just feels great to be from a small town and being able to show that, like, no matter like if you're from a big city or a small town, you can make whatever dream you have happen.
What do you hope for when you go over there? Do you know the other competitors, or?
No, a lot. So I'm only 19. I'm in the U23 division. So some of these people are going to be 3-4 years older than me. But I haven't seen a race card or anything yet, so I'm not quite too sure. But my goal is I really want to be top 5 in the world.
Have you ever done anything like this before?
I've gone to nationals twice, but I've never gone to an international competition.
How'd you do in nationals?
Last year I got 4th in my C4 for the 500 meter, and then me and my C2 partner for the 1K ended up I got 3rd for my C4, and then I got 4th in Canada for my C2 for the 1,000 meter, which we were really proud of that.
What is it about this sport that gets you hyped up?
I don't know, sometimes. I just love being out on the water, and I've made so many like lifelong friends with doing it, and just like being out on the water is just amazing.
With the size of that canoe, do you ever tip?
Yeah.
I gotta ask.
Yeah, a lot when I first started, but sometimes we hit a wave weird and I'm just in the water.
I was gonna say, so and forgive me again, I don't know this stuff, but I mean, do you do it in a river over there? Like, is it calm water?
In Denmark?
Yeah.
It's in a little lake. So it's a pretty small lake, and we're going to be going around the perimeter, and we have to portage my boat about 200 meters. So I come in one side of the lake and I portage it over and go into the lake another side.
Really?
Yeah.
Geez, that's different.
I have to portage, I think, 3 times for 200 meters.
How often do you practice then?
Currently I have 11 practices a week. They're all about between 2 and 3 hours.
Wow. Yeah. And how do you get over there? Is it paid for, or do you have to fundraise?
So Marathon Worlds is self-funded. So I have a GoFundMe going, and then I've had a lot of support from my parents, which I'm very thankful for, but it is self-funded for this competition.
So how can people help you?
If you can go to my GoFundMe and you can donate, there's a whole thing that tells my story from the start and why I have to raise money for it.
So that's good. So, okay. Anything else?
Not that I can think of.